where we are headed is to a piece of private property that we have permission to be on, and we're going to look at possibly building some sort of maybe a base camp. I do have a companion with me today, Shadow. You can continually see the storm damage. There was a tornado hit here back last summer, I think it was, and you can see all the debris laying here. You can see these big old trees uprooted over there and just debris everywhere where the tornado came through here. You can see even the tree tops up through there where they're broke out. And you can see set up here pretty much. My hammock's set up, my tarp is set up. Well, guys, we're still sitting around just doing absolutely nothing, which is really what we come out here to do. But I'm gonna work on getting some coffee done. I finished that freeze-dried meal. Just been sitting around, taking it easy, not really doing much, but ready for a cup of coffee, ready to get a good old cup in me. I did bring some good coffee with me from the house. Last couple of videos, I think I'd been using just whatever was left in my kit, in my bag. But this time, I did restock, and so I brought some good coffee with me. My dog is over there trying to about hang herself. She's trying to get across the log, and her leash isn't long enough. I did bring enough for at least 3 cups, and what I said before is I really like to drink iron bean coffee, and I brought a couple of different kinds with me. I brought, they make some that's called Drinking from the Skull of Your Enemy. It's pretty good, and then they make one called No Fear that is pretty good. I like both of them. Shout out to Eugene Middleton for turning me on to iron bean coffee. They are out of Perrysburg, Ohio up there. Fred and Chanel, I think his wife's name, that runs the place, and he is an I think he's an ex-Marine. Well, he's a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. You get my point though. He was in the Marine Corps, I think. Makes some really good coffee, excellent coffee. He roasts it, pretty much to order, so it's always fresh when you get it. You usually get it pretty quick, but anyway, I think I'm gonna cook me up a cup of this No Fear. That's one of my favorites. So, and I'm using my standard GSI coffee pour over as I always do. So everything's pretty straightforward, pretty standard. Just looking forward to a good cup of coffee. We are losing daylight. The sun is pretty much, I think, behind the mountain over there, if best I can tell. So it won't be long, it'll be dark, so we'll have to get some lights out and get things going, but ready to enjoy a good cup of coffee. What kind of coffee y'all like to drink, guys? I think the long-bearded rambler over there is a Bones coffee drinker.
Yep, I like mine.
I am pretty picky about my coffee. I like the good stuff most of the time. In fact, I'm willing to go as far as to grind it fresh and bring it out on trail with me. I just like a good cup of coffee, and there's no, a cup just doesn't taste as good as it does on, you know, on trail. So she be ready. Wow. Yes, that is hot. Very. Well, guys, this coffee is brewed up, and it is a good, strong cup, which is about the way I like it. I filled it to the brim. I just about got it too full, but it is a good cup of coffee. A nice ending to an evening anyway. Sun's going down. Well, it's behind the mountain over there. It'll be dark probably in, I'd say, less than an hour, give or take. The fire, we do have it finally going back again. It is flaming up over there. I know in our last video, actually the one that will upload tomorrow, that will air tomorrow, today is Saturday, and we got one that's going up tomorrow. And I noticed when I was editing the video that I was talking about, you know, when you're sitting around the campfire. Well, we didn't have a campfire, but this time we've got one, and we're enjoying a nice cup of coffee beside of it, or at least I am. I don't think Daniel's drinking any, but see there, guys, that's a good old dark cup of coffee. Good flavor to it, just the way I like it. Shadow is chilled out over there. Finally, she's not barked in a while. I think she's wore herself out. And then again, we got us a fire going. It's beating the gnats and the bugs away for now. We definitely don't need it for warmth. It's still warm, muggy, and humid out here. I didn't check the temperature, but it's pretty warm still. Still kind of sticky, but we're just hanging around the campfire here. We've not really took the time today to scout out too much as far as the potential of maybe a place to camp or whatever, to build maybe some type of shelter of some sort. But as you can see over here, the sun is going down. It is behind the mountain. Probably be dark before too long, so I'd say in less than an hour we'll be dark.
Hush! Oh, that hit me right in the gut.
Daniel over there cutting some firewood and the dog going wild.
That hit me right in the gut.
Well, hey guys, just jumping back on here for a minute. We've just been sitting around this evening. As you can tell in the video here, it is dark already. We've just been sitting by the campfire, not really doing much of anything. Sitting around talking, chilling out, still sipping on some coffee. Just enjoying the campfire, enjoying nature. As you can hear, the crickets and the frogs and, you know, nature doing what it does. You can hear the sound around us, so it's going to be some good sleeping weather, some weather to sleep in. This sound is what I like when I sleep. I don't like it quiet when I sleep. I don't like it total silent. I can't sleep when it's like that. But anyway, just wanted to get back on here and just give you a quick update. We've been sitting around. We were talking a little earlier about maybe some other adventures to go on and to get out on, and just thought I'd jump on here and just get your guys' opinion of what you'd like to see. We've been talking about some different things. Typically, we like to do at least an overnighter, get out and, you know, do overnight camp, that type of stuff. We have done some day hikes. We put those videos up as well. We did talk about the possibility of going up into the Keokee Lake area and go up on the mountain there. I guess that's Stone Mountain really is what that is. Go up on Stone Mountain toward the Appalachia area, and there's a trail on that mountain over there. We figured maybe spend a couple, 3 days on that. Maybe just see what's up there. Neither one of us have been on that trail as far as hiking the entire thing. We have been up to the ridge trail, the ridge line up there, and in from the Keokee side. We went up from the lake up through, there's a wetland area up there, and that just above that there is a forest road that goes up, and then you walk that forest road a little ways, you'll get out there and there's a trail that turns back to the right that is very hard to find. We almost walked past it. That takes you up onto that ridge trail, and you can take that and go out. You can come out in Appalachia up there at what they call, I think they call that the gorge up there, where they put that walking trail in around the trussels there between Big Stone and Appalachia in Wise County, Virginia. So we've been talking about doing some adventures like that, but comment and let us know what y'all think, what kind of content you'd like to see. We have been talking about and the possibility of doing some gear reviews as well. I know a lot of folks like those, and there's quite a bit of gear that we've tried out. There's a lot I've tried that worked, there's a lot I tried that was okay, and there's a lot I tried that I'd just soon throw it in the garbage because it really wasn't very good. And I think Daniel maybe had mentioned it a while back in one of the previous videos that when we first started hiking, we were a lot like everybody else. You know, we were kind of clueless as to what you needed, what was the ideal gear to use on those types of adventures. Of course, we've all camped as kids and, you know, went and stayed the night on the river or the lake and fished and camped, that sort of stuff. But that's a bit different than when you're doing some hiking, especially long distances up into the mountains. You know, you got to consider weight. You got to consider the type of gear you're going to need based on what you're going to be doing. You have to consider the weight of that gear as well, water. You know, there's just a lot of things that factor into that. But there's a lot of gear we've tried, and, you know, some's okay, some wasn't very good, and some has been very good. You know, my backpack that I use in most of my videos, it's a Gregory. I think it's the Baltoro, if I'm not mistaken. It's the 75, I believe. It's a big pack, but it is very comfortable. I like it. I've tried, you know, some off-brand packs and other packs and frameless packs and that sort of stuff. the Gregory so far has been one of the better packs that I've used. But anyway, just wanted to jump on here for a minute. Y'all comment, let us know what kind of content you'd like to see. If you like the camping and overnight, that sort of stuff, let us know. If you'd like to see more multi-day adventures, that type of stuff, let us know. We have done those in the past. I think as far as at the time of this video, I think the longest we've done was 4 days. We did that in an area that, of course, we can no longer film in anymore. That was in a national park. Some great, you know, just some beautiful footage down there. Some awesome views. There's a big sand cave in that area that we went back in and filmed a couple of videos, took a lot of pictures. Just a beautiful area. A lot of history in that particular area, but it is a national park, and as you know, you can't film in the national parks anymore. But just thought I'd jump on here and ask your guys' opinion. Let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future, and we'll do our best to try and make it happen. We just want to get out, enjoy nature, enjoy you know, what Yahweh has given us. Beautiful. It's been a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful night out here tonight. It's not really dark enough yet to tell about the stars. I can't really tell if it's overcast or what at the moment, but nonetheless, the temperature is fairly mild at the moment. It's been muggy and humid today, but we're just chilling out by the campfire. We're going to finish up on this coffee, and we'll probably bring you back at some point. Guys, as you can see, I am in the hammock already. I didn't record a lot once it got dark and we built the fire, and we're just sitting around the fire. We were just sitting around chatting, reminiscing a little bit. We talked quite a bit about scripture and some doctrine, and talked about some different adventures we may or may not go on, some things we'd like to do, just casual conversation sitting around. And then we just gathered up all our stuff, brought it over here, because our my hammock and Daniel's tent is a pretty good ways from where we had the fire, probably 20-25 yards, maybe, something like that. It's over there where the old campsite was when we camped up here maybe 3 years ago or something like that. But I didn't record a bunch of that and carrying all that stuff over here, that sort of thing. But just got in the hammock here, laid down, probably going to read a little bit. I've got some stuff on my phone I'm wanting to read. Been reading, I think, about a 1,200-page book, and so usually at night, that's my nighttime reading. I've been reading through that book. But it's been a great day. We've had a good day up here. Came up, got set up, got the fire going, that sort of thing. We didn't really take any time today to scout around, to look for a place maybe to build a base camp yet. When we get up in the morning, we're going to do that since it was so late getting up here today. So probably what we'll do in the morning is go out the ridge the other way from where we're camped here. As I said, there are 2 pieces of property here, 2 different owners, but we do have permission to be on both of them, and we're going to head out to the other side, probably onto the other property, and see if there's a place out there where maybe we could build somewhat of a base camp of some sort. But anyway, I think I'm going to shut this thing off, read a little bit, and probably try to get some sleep. As you know, as you've already seen in the video, I've got my dog with me, Shadow. She will probably be up and down through the night as well, so I'm sure she'll wake me up some. I may even end up having to get up and untangle her if she decides she wants to venture off away from the hammock here. There are a few trees. I tried to clear it out as good as I could, but there are a couple of trees she can get wrapped around. But hopefully she will sleep through the night. But anyway, I'm going to shut this thing off and get some rest, but we're glad you've joined us on this adventure. We're glad you come along with us, and like the channel, subscribe. If you've not already subscribed, do so. Helps the channel out. Like the videos, share them. Check us out on other social media platforms. We've got Facebook, which is Bill Hilly Adventures, Instagram, TikTok, you know, all those platforms, and it's all under Bill Hilly Adventures. But anyway, check us out, and we appreciate your views. We appreciate your support, and we're going to call it a night, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is about almost 8:30 in the a.m. Just woke up a little while ago. I've been up a couple of times just once to untangle the dog. She did really well last night overall. She slept right here on the ground mat under the hammock most of the night. I've got a closed cell foam pad and then a Wooby blanket that she used last night. She slept through most of the night. Early this morning, she was up probably about 6 something, prowling around, and she did get tangled up probably about somewhere around about 7 o'clock this morning. She got a little tangled up, and I had to get up and untangle her. But other than that, she's done pretty good, and I've slept in a little bit this morning. Woke up, like I said earlier, had to get up and untangle her, come and climb back in the hammock, laid down and went to sleep. But anyway, looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. Sun's already shining straight out, well behind the camera. You can't see it.
I'll maybe turn it around and give you a shot here in a minute, but looks like it's going to be a nice day. I think we're going to try to get up this morning, and once we get situated, probably get some coffee in me and maybe snack around on a little something. As you know, I'm not really a big breakfast eater. May snack around on a little something. I've got maybe some Cliff Bars or something with me, and then we may make our way out the ridge out here onto this other side and see what sort of places there are out there to potentially build some type of base camp of some sort. But anyway, it is a nice morning out here. I'm not sure what the temperature is. I didn't look before turning the camera on, but it is a nice morning. Ooh. Looks like it's going to be a nice day, so I guess it's time to get up and get it going. So let's do it. Good morning, Shadow. Well, guys, as you can see, we're up and at it this morning. Finally got up and got to moving. I will confess that when I was recording there in the hammock saying I was getting up, I did fall back to sleep and probably slept another 45 minutes, maybe closer to an hour. But anyway, we're up and at it. Probably gonna get some coffee on and start a little bit of the cleanup process. At some point, we're gonna, I think, make our way out the ridge out here a little bit and try to see about a spot out there potentially for some type of base camp in the near future, maybe. But not a bad night overall. Yesterday was a great day. It was nice out, a little bit muggy, but it wasn't too bad. And last night we sat by the fire for quite some time and just didn't record a whole lot there. Just sat by the fire, hanging out, just taking it easy, doing much of nothing other than untangling Shadow quite a bit. Who she finally settled down though. She done pretty good last night. She slept on her mat. I've got a closed cell phone mat and a Wooby there that she slept on. She done pretty good. I didn't have to get up and do anything with her as far as untangle her or anything like that until about probably about 6 something this morning, I think it was. I had to get up and untangle her once. That's because she'd finally got up and was moving around since it got daylight. But let's get some coffee on and try to get functioning. Well, guys, as you can see here, gonna get some coffee going.
Got the dog fed and watered. I don't know that she's going to eat much, but she does have her food and water over there. I was just telling Daniel a minute ago how that probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that last night, my stomach was growling. I was hungry. The only thing I ate yesterday was that Mountain House, and I think I ate a piece of Daniel's peanut butter candy that he had, and that was about it. So I am a little hungry this morning, which may cause me to eat a Mountain House or a Cliff Bar or something. I didn't really bring any breakfast food with me. I usually don't most of the time. If I do, it's oatmeal or something like that. But I'll probably just eat a Cliff Bar if I decide I'm going to eat something. So looks like it's going to be a nice day today. Sun's already out. Sky looks clear, what I can see through the canopy of the trees. Guys, as you can see, got some coffee made here, and gonna sip on it. Probably dig out a Cliff Bar out of there and maybe snack on it. I am a little bit hungry this morning. Don't really have much of an appetite for anything, but I am hungry, so I'm probably gonna eat, because we do have to need the energy to get cleaned up here, get our stuff packed up, and head on out the ridge and do a little bit of scouting, and then head off of here. But we did avoid somewhat of what could have been a pretty big incident, I guess. Daniel was stirring over there beside his tent and got to looking around, and literally within about 2 feet, maybe 3 feet at the most from his entrance of his tent, there's a big yellow jacket's nest. They're going in and out of it, swarming around over there. Luckily, none of us got stung. We did see a couple yesterday and kind of wondered, but he's going to basically gather all his stuff up and move it away from it, and just going to unstake his tent and drag the whole thing over away from it and then break it down, just to keep from getting stung. But we'll sip on this coffee for a little bit. You can probably hear Shadow behind the camera tromping around. She's off this way. She's whining and whimpering, wanting to get over there where Daniel's at, and she's eaten most of her food and drank her water. I'll probably take her off her leash here in a little bit and walk her around over there somewhere to use the bathroom. She's probably about due to go. She probably won't use it right here in her area where she's romping around. But well, as you can see, somebody over there finally decided to settle down, and she's just been laying over there taking it easy for the last probably 15 minutes or so. I've just been sitting around sipping on my coffee, but it's going to be a nice day today, I think. Not sure if you can see it there, but the sun trying to pop through the trees there.
I've cleaned up a couple of things, but not really cleaned up much. Gonna be a nice day today though. Daniel down there cleaning up. He had to move his stuff a minute ago because there were bees. He was set up. I guess you can see it. He was set up right here. You can see where the debris has been sort of cleared out to put his tent. And the front door was right here, and right there about where that dark spot is a bee's nest. It looks like an old stump maybe. I don't know if they bored into that and made a nest or what. But there are bees over there. Yellow jacket's nest. So he just took the stakes up from his tent and just carried the whole thing down there where he's at now. But I do think it's going to be a nice day here today. Nice little flat spot here on top of this ridge. I don't know if you can really tell in the camera, but down there where Daniel's at, it's super flat, big flat spot right there. Of course, you know, when it rains, if you get a lot of heavy rain, it kind of gets swampy and floods out down there a little bit, but it's gonna be a nice day. Guys, just sitting around sipping on some coffee here. Still not really cleaned up much. I did pick up a few things, cleaned up my cook kit, got it put away, food, things like that. I've still got the dog's bowls to clean up, her bedding, of course my whole sleep set up here, hammock, tarp, all that stuff I've not broke down yet. But I think probably what our plan is going to be for the day is to break all that down, get it situated. We'll probably walk it over here where we're going to start down the trail and probably just leave our packs and walk out the ridge a little ways out there and check out the landscape, see if we can't find a spot or two to maybe potentially at some point in the future to build some type of a base camp with maybe a semi-permanent shelter at the very least. But I'm going to sip on this coffee and try to finish it up. Once I finish this coffee, I'm going to break down camp here, and then we'll head out the mountain and see what we can get into out there. Guys, I know I talked a little bit about this in another video, but this little blanket here is made by Klymit, as you can see. I don't remember the exact name of this blanket. It's the Klymit something. I think it's rated to about 50 degrees, but I have used it in some temperatures probably a little bit under 50 and stayed extremely warm with this thing. I'll just be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to be much, but I've been very impressed with it. It really is a good blanket, especially for something in the summer and maybe even early spring or you know, in the early fall, that type of thing where it's not real cold. But I have taken this down to under 50 degrees and been pretty warm in it. Of course, some of that's going to be based on how well, you know, how cold-natured you are, those type of things. But this works well for me, especially for, you know, spring, summer, and early fall. Pretty good piece of kit. I like it.
Guys, I'm sure as you can see behind me, we're all cleaned up here. We've got everything packed away. We've done a walkthrough, made sure we picked up all our stuff, didn't leave any garbage, you know, leave no trace kind of thing. We've got everything cleaned up, packed up, picked up. We do have our packs sitting over there. We were thinking about walking out here to kind of scout out a place or two and see what it looks like, but for now, we're gonna get moving. I'm gonna get the dog undone here. I've still got her on a stringer and or on a runner there, so I'm gonna undo her and get her prepared and ready so that we can eventually here in just a bit make the journey out of here. But we're glad you've joined us on this adventure, and we may have some more footage here if we go out that way, and we'll probably take some more going off here in the ride home or something. But we do appreciate you coming along with us. We appreciate you following the channel, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Hope you've enjoyed the adventure, and but we're going to start the process of working our way out of here. But we'll probably bring you back here in just a bit. Guys, we're just kicking around right here. We come up from the camp. We're making our way through the woods. As you can see, right here in behind Daniel, a bunch of blowdown from the storm before. Quite a bit of it still in here. Right here behind us, I guess you can see that. A few bowed over right there. Quite a bit of damage still in here. But there is a flat spot right ahead, right in behind Daniel, right up there, that we're gonna head to and see what it looks like. It may be a potential spot to where we could maybe do a base camp of some sort, but we're gonna probably make our way up there. Well, guys, we're coming up on this spot right here. Maybe you can make it out if I don't fall first. It is thick in here, but it is flat all around right out in front of us there. See right here off the back side, that's how close we are to the back side of the mountain, but you can see right out through there is flat. It's thick. Have to do some bushwhacking to set up any type of base camp, but we're getting ready to work our way down off here. We did, as you probably just seen, went out there and looked a little bit. There is a flat spot out there. It's really thick, so it's going to take some bushwhacking to clear it out, but we'll probably wait till the fall to get up here when the leaves are off, where we can see a little better and be a little easier to deal with the underbrush, that sort of stuff. And we'll probably try to start clearing some of that out and make us a little place out there, and when we do, we'll be sure to record that, upload it, and bring y'all along with us. But let's make our way off this mountain, and we'll see you, I guess, between here and the bottom. Guys, I don't know, I dare say the video is doing it justice, but this is really steep in here. We're making our way down, coming back through some of this storm damage that we walked up through yesterday and all that blowdown. It is a pretty place up here. Nice little place. You can see right there that big splintered log, some blowdown where that blew out. You can see the remnants of it laying all over in there and down through there. So but anyway, this is pretty steep in here. It is nice though. There's some big timber in here still. As you can see, that big tree in the center of the shop past that dead snag there. Some bigger ones here beside of me. Some bigger ones over that way. But there is quite a bit of blowdown still through here. So, but let's make our way off of here. Well, guys, as you can see, we have made it to the vehicle here, back down to the road. Been a good overnighter. Some more of that blowdown, storm damage you can see up in there, but it's been a good overnighter. Had fun. Well, guys, we do appreciate you coming along with us on this adventure. We are back here at the vehicle, going to get our gear loaded up and going to start to make our way to the house. But again, we are glad you came along with us on this adventure. We do appreciate your support on the channel and our other social media platforms. And again, if you've just found us or you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Helps us out. Like the video, subscribe, share our content, help us get it out there. Let other people enjoy nature and what Yahweh has given us. But I'm gonna get this dog loaded up and get my gear loaded up, and I'll bring you back before we end the video and head on home. Well, guys, as you can see, I'm in the vehicle and I am making my way toward the house. Shadow in the back here breathing hard. She's probably ready for a little bit of water and a nap today. Her bowl was inside my pack and I didn't give her any water when we got off the mountain, but I'll be home in just literally probably less than 10 minutes, so from where I'm at now at least anyway. But it's been a good adventure, good overnighter. Got to sit by the campfire, which we hadn't really done much this year, just simply due to the temperatures and the weather. It's just really been too hot for a campfire, and honestly probably was too hot last night. I think it got down to about 60 degrees, I believe, something like that. But nonetheless, we built one just for the ambience of the fire. It's always nice to sit by the fire and just take it easy and relax. And I guess if you're like me, there's something about just sitting by the fire that's relaxing anyway. And so we just sat by the fire last night. Didn't do a whole lot of recording when we were by the fire. I did get some shots of the fire, as I'm sure you've already seen. But just a good time. And then this morning we did walk out the mountain, scout out a couple of places out there. I think I rolled some of that into this, as you've already seen, I'm sure. But maybe we'll get back up there in the fall and be able to maybe make us some sort of a little base camp of some type, at least semi-permanent, where we can regularly go and visit, that type of thing. But anyway, on the road here, just heading toward the house. Going to get the dog home, probably brush her, bathe myself, check her for ticks real good, and then probably spend the rest of the day just kind of relaxing, maybe work on some video footage. But we're glad you came on this adventure with us. We're glad you found the channel. Again, if you've not already subscribed, do so. Helps us out. Like the channel, share the content, help us to get it out. But anyway, we're glad you come along with us. We do appreciate your support, and I'm gonna make my way onto the house. Again, we do thank you for coming along with us. Hope you enjoyed.